Well, hello, happy Friday. It's the 12th of March and here we are for another celebration assembly. We've got lots to celebrate after our first week back of school, so we better get cracking. Let's have a look. I've got 10 children here whose names you'll see across the screen, and we've got to say a huge well done for achieving your 25 House Point certificate, the bronze certificate. Congratulations to you all. And then, not only that, but we have also got 12 children who have got the silver certificate, 50 house points. And I know a couple of people at the time we filmed this assembly are very, very close to their 50 points as well, and even edging ever closer to the 100 house points. I have now a couple of names who are very close indeed. So what does that do to our house points this week? Well, we've got the Dragons at the moment in 4th place, and you've got 237 points. In 3rd place, we have got the Phoenixes with 248 points. In 2nd place with 297 points are the Serpents, meaning in 1st place at the moment are the Eagles with 322 points. And you were 1st place last week, so congratulations, Eagles. We've also got a special mention, a couple of special mentions now. One of them is a big congratulations to Kiva in Cedar's class. Kiva has reached 1.2 million words on her accelerated reader this year. Now, I know a lot of children have been really trying hard in Key Stage 2 to get those word counts up. And actually, when I was speaking to Isabella today, Isabella's in the Maples class, scored 10 out of 10 on her test, and she read 12,000 words. So you can, in one book, you can make a big jump onto your next level, which is fantastic. And Kiva, 1.2 million words. You have always been, since I can remember, all the way back into year 3, year 2 really, you were bringing books into school and you were devouring them. You were enjoying them so much. So congratulations to you. Well done. Over 1.2 million. We're going to make a little special certificate for you. So the other shout out we've got is from Benji Locke in Redwood's class, and Oliver Locke, who used to be in year 6, who's now at Queggs in year 7. His grandparents have been extremely busy. Now, behind the scenes, they have been working on first a prototype, that's a practice model, which they brought into school through Benji's dad. And then, once we'd sorted out all of that, they went off and made 6 more. And I wonder what they are. Well, they are the most fantastic reading boxes you will ever see. I'm going to upload some pictures of those in one of next week's assembly, but I wanted to say a big shout out to Benji's grandparents because they have spent a lot of time not only creating these boxes, but painting them and varnishing them so that every single class in the school can have a little crate that is full of our special reading books. Because at CIBSE, we want to really remember how important it is to read and to be loving our reading and to be confident readers. And that's just what we were talking about with Kiva. It's a really, really lovely gesture of Benji's grandparents to donate these to the school as well as having made them. So a big thank you very much to them. Now, we need to get on to our winner's wall. So let's get started in the Pines class. This young man, Oscar Napper, has tried so hard in writing this week. He's been a helpful young man, he's always been smiling and tried to make sure that things are always put back in the correct place as well. Keeping the classroom tidy is an important thing to do. Well done to you, Oscar, but that writing is the key one. Well done. Now, into the Poplars class, Maya Harris, you have settled back into school life really, really well, both sensibly and calmly. You've been enthusiastic with your work, and it's been absolutely brilliant to see just how much you've enjoyed both the work that you've been doing and seeing your friends again. Now, I popped into Poplars earlier in the week, and I said, do you remember I said how jealous I was with the things that you were going to get doing, going off outside to find your stick, to make your magic wand, to watch Room in the Broom, and to make some of your own spells. You have had an absolute blast down in Poplars, so I hope you have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend before we start next week. Now jumping into Redwoods, and wouldn't you know it, it's someone we mentioned a few moments ago. It's Benji. Benji has been working so hard, and I must say, Benji's been at school during this lockdown, and he's been working so hard. Always wants to do his best, always asks good questions, especially in science, and he has some really terrific ideas. And what Mr. Flynn and Miss Bellamy also really liked is that last week, Benji wanted to make sure that all of his friends got a good welcome back into the class. So I think there were some balloons up in the classroom on Monday morning, weren't there? So well done to you, Benji. Into the Maples class. Well, it's been a very tricky week for Maples this week, and we're so looking forward to having everybody back on Monday. But I must say that Mrs. Ennis and I have been chatting over the last few days, and we said it's going to be really tricky because some of those Maples have been working very hard at home, and I've been working with Maples in school. I've got 17 children in the class, and I really could have picked every single one of them for some of the work they've done. But the one that I chose is somebody who's so proud of his story that he ended up wanting to show it to all the adults in the school. Now, we haven't had the chance to do that yet, but he's desperate for us to do it. We watched a video, actually this was something that was filmed from Alex White's dad, about how the peas come from the pod to the plate, or farm to fork, as part of our Science Week work. And then in Maples class, we turned it into a little story. And the children had to make themselves the pea, they had to become the pea, and had to go on a little adventure, talking about all the steps of the journey. And Henry, your story had some very imaginative language in it. It was very adventurous, and you were very charismatic, and your pea was he was very desperate when he was at the bottom of the can, all squashed in, and he wanted to force his way up to the top. And then you did had a really funny ending to it as well. Really nice to see, Henry, you trying to work so hard. So well done to you. Now into Oak's class. This is a lovely one. Really pleased with this nomination. Ramuna, who has been a really good friend to people this week. Ramuna always goes up to people who are, maybe they've not got a game to join in, or maybe they just haven't started to join in with somebody on that day. And she's been chatting to anyone on the playground who needs to. But not only that, double whammy, because Ramuna, you've also been progressing really well with your maths and become even more independent this week. So congratulations to you, well done. And finally, we have got in the Cedars class, Isla Harness. Now, Isla has, in your class, you've been completing some science challenges. Well, you've got lots of group work to do when you do some of these investigations and these challenges. And you've shown kindness and support to all those people in your group. And that's helped you to complete the tasks successfully. I know that Mrs. Crozier, Mrs. Lomas and Miss Padley are really proud of you. What really stands out to me today, looking at these nominations and also looking and talking to all of our staff back in school this week, is that all of our values there, the bravery, the honesty, the kindness, the being brilliant and being ourselves has really come through on our first week back to school. So well done to you all, and I hope you have a lovely Friday.